Hi, my name is James Eugene, the window expert. All right, on this video, I want to attend to one of the questions that came up. All right, how do I get to know the total amount for a project? For instance, you are given a project of maybe 35 windows or 14 windows, okay, and you want to give quotation. All right, my friend, you don't need to guess. One of the reasons why some persons end up running away from a project is because they guess the amount that will finish it, and they give them the owner give them the project. At the end of the day, the money finish when they have not even finished buying all the things they need to buy. There is no room for guessing. Settle down and do what I'm about to tell you now. All right. Number one is you will calculate if it is for casement window. Okay, you will calculate all the materials involved, calculate all the accessories involved, and then calculate all the glass you will buy, how many sheet of glass. All right, with each of the profile you see has thickness, and from the thickness we can calculate and get the measurement of the glass even from the overall measurement. Do you get? Now, the first thing to do is to know how many length of width to buy, how many length of the curve to buy, how many length of height for the whole project. Okay, yeah, you can you can actually do it maybe one window and then enter two window, and like that. But for me, that's the way I calculate it. I don't do one after the other. I calculate per measurement. Do you get? And then I will be able to get the number of the curve, the number of height, the number of width, and all the profile involved in that window. And then I settle down to know the number of accessories I need for that window. All right, and then the glass. In most cases, when you calculate your glass, you will be able to know whether you need up to 2 sheets, 3 sheets, or even 4 sheets. All right, and when you are done, sum everything up. The total amount is giving you, all right, is the amount for the work. But there is one thing else that I feel some contractors don't put into consideration. That is what we call contingency. Okay, you can also call it unforeseen circumstances. Always make provision for contingencies. Okay, contingencies are some of those things that can happen, and maybe you stand to run at a loss. Do you get? Okay, for instance, now you buy a sheet of glass, all right, and in the course of moving that glass from the cutting point to the fabrication point, the glass break. All right, now if you don't have space for that, you are already running at a loss, because there is no amount of money in that project to cover that loss. Do you understand? So apart from the money for profile, accessories, and glass, always add a certain amount of money, should in case there is a damage somewhere, that money stand to offset that bill, not particularly from your purse. So always add contingencies to your calculation, and when you add it and put your transportation, that is the cost price of that project. You add the contingencies and then add your transportation, that is the cost price of that project. So any other thing you are adding to that is your gain. Okay, I am going to do a video on how to add your gain, what and what you need to look at in order to know how much you will add to that. Okay, watch out. After this, you will see that video. I will also guide you on how to look at one or two things and be able to decide how much should be your gain for a 35 window project, or 36 or 100 thereabout. Okay, so but for now, this is your cost price and how to get your cost price. And when you are able to get the cost price, every other thing you are adding, like I said, is your gain. All right, so when you do it like this, you will now be able to say, okay, this is the cost price of the work, this is the amount that the company stand to gain after fabrication, this is the amount we stand to gain. You should be able to know even before you start a project, right? And when you are done, you will now set up your quotation and submit. Thank you so much for watching. I know this video is helpful to you. Please share it and see me in my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.